Using your altars to revisit problems you couldn't solve? You've been very busy. But still, instead of moving forward, you end up here, stuck in your past. How is that?
I know now that I could have been there for her. If I had taken a different path.
She's gone, Jan. She always was. There was never anything you could have done.
So he's referring to when he found out that the Dr. Jan, his mom lived. Everyone else has died. You know, as someone who's been playing Darktide lately, off stream, hearing a woman giggling in the distance makes me think there's a demon host nearby, and everyone needs to be careful.
Mistake. Why didn't you fight for us? We weren't meant for each other.
I tried. Fight for us.
What is going on with me?
It's over. Stay together.
Lena. No. Don't go. Wait.
That's a weird outfit she had on.
I guess you two just weren't meant to be together.
You again? Come here to make fun of my failures.
Not my fault you're caught up in their loop. In that big round base of yours.
I'm moving forward.
Yes. To stop short on the wrong side of a precipice. Can't you see that you never were good enough for her? Her parents were mad at her when she dumped that law student for you. The unemployed miner son with no prospects. And you wanted to impress them with what? A house with a garden, a steady job in a corporation? Is that why you were so afraid of losing that house and going abroad with her? Because you knew her parents wouldn't respect you? Just look at your altars. Don't you think any one of them would impress her more than the average warring Yandolski?
Only one of the altars is still in a relationship with her.
She fell in love with the person I was, not with who I could have been.
Love. Such a big word. Was it real love, though? Can you even tell what's real? How many times did you wonder that maybe you're not the original Jan? That there had to be someone else. A version of you who actually deserved to live, to be loved. Because he always knew what to do, because he never made mistakes. Maybe that way he was worthy of his father's love.
That's cruel. Why are you doing this?
Me? Jan. Didn't I already tell you that I'm you? Nothing more, nothing less. I'm just saying what you're thinking.
What's happening here? He's plugged into... He's got like a bunch of diodes on his brain, and they're working on an experiment, but it's making him see all of this. I think he's still in the base right now, laying down.
Please, don't go!
You about to say the Matrix? No. Oh, I remember this from the trailer.
What the fuck? No.
His eye? There's no pupil. Molly's!
Where are you going?
Suddenly sheep.
Hey, you.
That last one. There's the shrink. Unknown. There's the doctor. Unknown, unknown. So these are all like different versions of Yawn. There's Caveman Yawn. Tabula Rasa.
I'm suffocating! Anita!
Oh god, the original crew that died.
I need air! Help! I'm suffocating! Help me!
This is your captain! Open the door! Please! Don't let me die!
I'm sorry, Captain. I can't. I can't help you. I'm sorry.
They were dead before you got to them.
Yeah, he didn't watch them die. He found them already dead, which is still crappy, but...
Why did I survive and not any one of them?
Someone had to.
All this time, and I still don't understand what happened.
I'm sure you have some smart theories up your sleeve. Go ahead. Hit me.
My theory, I said earlier that I wonder if Maxwell sabotaged the pods to force us to be in a situation where we had to use his research.
Maybe Maxwell did it. He's got more control over these missions than anybody.
And why would he kill everybody but you?
Maybe he knew there was rubidium here. He wanted someone to get stranded with it. To have no choice but to make their altars. And I was the best choice because he thought it would be easiest to manipulate a simple builder.
Really? You believe that? You see, I think that deep down, you know what happened. The answers were always there, in front of you. But instead of piecing them together, you preferred to look away.
What answers? What are you talking about?
You know there was an oxygen leak during the landing. You got that information. And you also know what the quantum computer is, how it operates, what its main purpose is.
Its main purpose is to bring back Rubidium.
To bring back rubidium. At all costs.
Did the quantum computer choose that the
That's
crew
right.
should die to increase the chance of
Its role is
success?
to ensure the success of the mission no matter what. And it looks like in the face of an emergency, it had to do just that. There was only enough oxygen for one person to survive.
So it just shut it off to everybody else?
QC had to calculate the probability, as it always does, who should receive that life-saving breath. No judgment, no reading tea leaves, just pure data analysis to give the answer to one simple question. Who had the biggest chances of completing the mission?
And it was.
Yes. The math pointed to you,
That's horrifying.
How do you know all this?
because you know it. You always did. But you were so focused on your mistakes.
I was busy making tough decisions and figuring out how to avoid bad choices.
What is a bad choice, really?
It's one where the technician stabs you.
A lot of different decisions.
That's a bad
Without
choice.
those choices, good or bad, you wouldn't be who you are. The person with the best chance to pull it off. Maybe it's not you who needs to change. your perspective. Mistakes can have good consequences too, you know.
And they're not mistakes anymore, are they?
My point exactly.
They're just happy little
Still.
accidents.
I lost a part of my team.
Conflicts can open new, unexpected paths.
What do you mean?
Find and follow your disobedience, I. You've spent a lot of time on this planet escaping the sun, facing the darkness. Maybe it's time you started looking through the darkness and notice the light.
Light? What light?
Ugh.
Hey,
Okay, well, that makes the beginning of the game much more horrifying. Oh, that's the quantum computer. The little sheep loading thing in the bottom right.
Looks like I'm back. It does. And well, you're cognizant. You've been shaking on that bed for an hour. I was honestly worried about the choice of settings I applied in that program.
No. I think you did everything right.
So, did it work? You look the same. Did anything change?
Yeah, to be honest. Everything's different. Just not the way I expected.
So, what happened?
I understood things. Things I sort of knew, but my brain kept hidden from me for some reason.
It's called the subconscious, Jan.
Yeah, I guess it is. So, my subconscious told me that instead of trying to fix my old life, I should try and take something good from what I messed up. It was...
New streamer unlocked, chat.
I'm sure it was. Did your subconscious by any chance mention how we could get out of here?
Yeah. We should look for the rebels.
The rebels.
Okay.
Do you really believe they're still alive?
Paul shake.
Mwah.
If there's anybody who can make it through this storm, it's the technician.
Well, that vehicle is definitely more maneuverable than our base.
He said something about noticing the light. That make any sense to you?
The light? Seriously? We risk everything to alter your mind, and all you come back with is a cliched epiphany about following the light?
Doesn't the tur emit any light?
Probably. But in case you haven't noticed, there's a sandstorm raging outside. We'd never be able to see anything, even if we had the most high-end... Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. We do have high-end equipment.
Low-frequency electromagnetic waves detection.
You scared
Oh,
him?
now you're confusing me.
That could be it. Yeah, the navigation system. It can be switched into an auxiliary mode, tracing any interferences in electromagnetic wavelength. And that means if there was a source of artificial light somewhere nearby, the sensors could be able to locate it.
And follow it.
Right. If the technician really did find a way through the storm, and the tur vehicle is not too far away, it could be worth a try. Your subconscious might actually be a genius.
Oh, you never doubted that, did you?
Because he is a genius board for me. You gained a new perspective. You had a long, hard talk with yourself about your past choices. Looking for a way out of a blind alley, you learned that instead of trying to be perfect, you can accept the decisions you regret and open up to wherever they lead you. Change the base navigation system. How do I get back to... How do we get back to that puzzle thing? I don't know where that was. It's in main options. Yeah, I haven't gotten it. We'll never get the miner because he died. So the technician taught us how to say no. We learned like empathy or something from the botanist. And then we got the main one just now. Okay, something about the navigation system. Where is that? Here we go. Hint, radiation could be lethal. Thanks, loading screen.
I don't want to be disproportionately enthusiastic, but it seems like our idea worked.
Our idea?
Yes. We brainstormed, didn't we?
Sure. Shouldn't it be here? The exploration vehicle?
We're close to the rendezvous point. It can't be far.
Day 50. Act 3 out of 1,000. I don't know how many acts there are. Contact Earth.
Hello?
Jan? What a relief. We thought we'd lost you.
Yeah, so did I. The base got caught in a huge sandstorm. And I lost part of my crew.
What? Your altars? How could you let that happen?
Simple. I let you sweet-talk me into all that biological vessel business. Fortunately, they had a problem with it. So, they decided to go their own way.
You mean they ran away? And they're exposed to radiation?
They took the exploration vehicle. And some supplies.
Tell me not all of them left.
No. Why?
The ship is close, Jan. You have to be ready for the arrival of the rescue team.
Ready? How?
They can't find out about your altars.
What?
What? Wait a minute. Aren't you the head of mining operations? Aren't these your people?
They might answer to me, but their paychecks are signed by Ally Corp. And if you confront them with your altars, they will have to react. The board will not tolerate anything that could cast even the slightest shadow on the legitimacy of this operation. And the rescue team is on their leash. Do I have to spell it out to you? They will have your altars killed.
What?
What? Killed? What kind of a rescue team are they?
They're a special ops unit. Military men.
You could have told me earlier.
Please, Jan. You always knew their primary mission was to escort the most precious cargo mankind has ever seen. Did you really expect them to arrive unarmed?
So you lied to me. That you'd prepare them.
I told you I'd test the waters, and that's what I did. But there is a lot of pressure on your success, Jan. A lot of anxiety amongst the top management. They can sense the vultures hovering around them, waiting for any sign of a slip-up. And they won't let them smell blood.
They won't expose
Dude,
themselves.
everyone in this game is against me.
So what exactly is your plan?
The
I
rest
hate
of the
it.
team will arrive shortly before sunrise. You have time until then to come up with a way to smuggle your altars on board. In the meantime, you need to keep collecting rupidium.
Dude, fuck you, man. I don't care about the rupidium.
Sure. Once we take off, what happens then?
You will all go into cryosleep, and as the ship approaches Earth, Lucas will take remote control over it and modify the coordinates. The ship will land in a secluded location I've been preparing.
And what about the crew?
They'll be in cryosleep during the landing. And by the time they wake up, we will be far away. I have a lab ready, and a guarantee of immunity from people who understand. I'm moving operations to a more science-friendly region, somewhere Ally Corp won't get to us. And, most importantly, where nobody will ever find your altars.
You're putting them in a lab?
I won't sugarcoat it. We've come too far together for that. If you wanted to hate me, I probably gave you enough reasons by now. Truth is, when I first heard about you, your situation, I'd be lying if I said it all came together immediately. On the contrary, I didn't hope for much. An accidental castaway with no qualifications, all alone, burdened with such a responsible task. But when Lucas told me you did it, you created your altar and managed to convince him to cooperate with you, I couldn't help but fantasize about where this could go. Can't you see? I've been waiting for something like this ever since they shut down Project Ela.
Yeah, about that. I heard some disturbing things about your experiments. Is it true your patients... well... that they lost their minds?
Ex-wife said to ask him about 313, Project
That was the
313.
whole point. They were losing their old dysfunctional identity to gain a new, sound one. Whoever told you this must have heard some scraps of information and didn't have a full understanding of what we were doing. Yes, they were unorthodox things, but it was always about making people better. Project Ela was my whole life, Jan. Why would I devote myself to something harmful?
You never stopped dreaming about reviving it.
You wouldn't be so surprised if you knew what we could achieve.
Lucas told me you wanted to help war veterans, patients with PTSD.
Yes, that was the initial scope. But we could have done so much more. But take, for example, the possibilities of re-socializing criminals by altering the experiences that led to their corruption. But why not go even further? Why should we limit ourselves to thinking only about altering the past? Why not be able to influence the future?
What?
How would you alter
How?
your future self?
The tree of life. You've seen yours, but it's just a projection, a rudimentary interface. Think about it. What if it was no interface, but an integrated part of the human mind, allowing us to live our lives exactly the way we should?
The way we should? What? You mean, make the right decisions?
Exactly. The human cognitive system enhanced in a way evolution failed to do in millions of years.
I tried to do something like that. Using your upgrade, I tried to alter myself into someone who always makes the right decisions.
And? What happened?
I realized it's more complicated than that. That what I thought were bad choices can objectively be good ones.
Exactly. This is where the real breakthrough should happen. We have to be able to define a choice as good or bad by an objective, quantum-calculated analysis of its outcome in an instant.
Compliment him.
Wow, that's amazing.
More than that. Imagine a world where nobody ever takes the wrong turn. Children are never harmed. There are no court misrulings because there is no crime. Greedy and corrupt individuals never come to power, and because of that, wars never break out. Can you see now why your success meant
I
so
don't
much
think we
to
would
me?
get such a fairy tale ending from this
Do you not
technology.
understand that giving Rupidium away for any other purpose would mean robbing humanity of its biggest evolutionary leap since we crawled out of the primordial soup? Do you still think there is a better purpose for your altars than to contribute to all that?
I'm not their owner. They're people in their own rights. I can't decide their fate for them.
I mean, we
That's
sort of
very
did.
noble. But in a way, you've already done that when you created them. Look, all I'm asking is several weeks in a lab where I can run some tests on them, collect data, and prepare for the bigger leap.
And then what? We let them walk free?
You know I can't do that. It would be too risky for both of us and for them. But I could guarantee them a comfortable life. They would be hidden from the eyes of the world.
Imprisoned.
The only alternative for them is to be disposed of by the corporation, like waste. I think you need to take a breath. There's a lot to think about.
I mean, and there's another alternative. I could live in this giant wheel on an alien world for the rest of my life.
But first, you have to guide their navigator to your exact position. They'll need you to mark the spot with a beacon. Start with that, and then I trust you'll figure out what to do next.
Yeah. Sure. By the way, I wasn't an accidental survivor.
What do you mean?
The quantum computer chose me. Seems I was the one who had the biggest chance of making it.
Well, doesn't that just prove my point? We are capable.
Dude, he's not even like, oh my god or anything. He's just like, yeah, alright.
All we need to do is open the door and let that potential in. You'll hear from me again before the ship lands. Good luck, Jan.
Okay, the two alters want to talk. Give me just a second, chat. Turn my fan off. It's getting too cold in here. Alright. Okay, so, our wife hates us. Again. 3 of our 5 alters hate us. 1 of our original 6 alters is dead. Sheep's dead. The 2 alters that remained are pretty depressed. And Maxwell... I don't know if his intentions are pure. He says that we can lock the altars up, but also we have to trick a military team that's coming, which would kill us if we fail to trick them. Dude, honestly, I'm getting so mentally detached from this because it just feels like everyone is out to get me. Like, everyone. Even my other selves. Like, I feel like we're just gonna hit a bad ending, and I'm just gonna throw up my hands and be like, fine, we're done. Bah.
I was wondering, aren't we getting any signal from the tour vehicle? We are, but it's ambiguous and very faint. It seems to be close by, but I'm unable to establish its exact location. So, you'll need to find it on your own. Fine. I'll take a look around. Good. We don't really know why we were lured here. Lured? You don't mean... Look. It's the technician we're talking about. An unstable, frustrated, resentful version